Let R be a non-zero ring with unity, and let M be a non-trivial left R module which is simple. Prove that there exists a maximal left ideal I of R with M isomorphic to R mod I as left R modules. That's part A. And then part B is to prove that the endomorphism ring of M, the set of all R module endomorphisms from M to itself, from R module homomorphisms from M to itself, um, with pointwise addition and function composition as multiplication, um, show that that is a division ring. All right, so we will start with part A. So for part A, let M, an element of M, be non-zero, and let's define phi from R to M by phi of R is equal to R acting on M. So we're going to view R as a R module over itself, or left R module over itself. And um, we're going to define this map phi using some non-zero element of M. And we're going to claim that this phi now is an R module homomorphism. So why is that? Well, phi of R plus S would be R plus S acting on M, which by the module axioms is Rm plus S M, which is phi of R plus phi of S. And then R acting on phi of S is equal to R acting on S M, which again by the module axioms is RS acting on M, which is phi of RS. So phi is indeed an R module homomorphism, and moreover, if phi of 1 is equal to 0, then what does that mean? Then 1 acting on M is equal to 0, contradicting that M is non-zero and that capital M is a unital R module, which was stated explicitly in the instructions for this section of the qual, that we are assuming M is a unital R module so that one acting on any element of M should send it to M. So since little m is non-zero, we can't have one acting on M give us 0. What does that mean? So all of this tells us that phi is a non-zero R module homomorphism. And so from R as an R mod as a left R module over itself to M, which is a another left R module. So the kernel of V is a submodule of R. And now by the first isomorphism theorem, modules R mod the kernel of phi is isomorphic to the image of phi. And since M is a simple module, meaning its only submodules are 0 and itself, and the image of phi is a submodule of M, and phi is non-zero, well, okay, the image of phi cannot be the 0 submodule, so it has to be the other possibility, which is M itself. So we have image of phi is equal to M. So what do we have? Well, let's recall that, submodules of R as a left module over itself are simply, what are they? They're left ideals of R. So kernel of phi is an ideal, left ideal of R, such that R mod the kernel of phi is isomorphic to, we said the image of phi, and we said that's the same as M, but it's isomorphic to M as left R modules. Okay, so that's almost everything we needed, but we needed to show that there exists a maximal ideal. So the key there is that M is simple. So indeed, the kernel of phi is actually going to be not just an ideal, but a maximal ideal. So finally, since M is simple, R mod kernel of phi, it's isomorphic to R mod the kernel of phi. What does that mean? R mod the kernel of phi has no non-zero proper submodules. So by the correspondence isomorphism theorem, for modules, there are no submodules. So there's a correspondence between submodules of R mod the kernel of phi and submodules of R containing the kernel of phi. But if there are no non-zero proper submodules of R mod the kernel of phi, then there are no submodules of R containing kernel of phi, besides, of course, R and kernel of phi themselves. So what does that mean? That means that kernel of phi, the is by definition a maximal left ideal of R. Great, so that gives us part A, and then let's go back to part B. So for part B, we want to show that this endomorphism ring is a division ring. So let's do that. So let's start with some arbitrary non-zero element of the ring. So let phi from M to M be a non-zero homomorphism, right? So we have an R module homomorphism from M to itself, and we have one that's non-zero. So we have to show that it's invertible. Um, well, since M is simple, the kernel of this phi, we have a new phi in part B here, kernel of phi, which is a submodule of M, it can't be M itself. That would mean that phi is the zero map. So it must be the other possibility for a submodule, which is the zero submodule. So phi is injective. And then since phi is non-zero, um, the image of phi, which is a submodule of M, well, M is a simple module, so the only submodules are 0 or M, but it can't be 0 because phi is non-zero. So image of phi must be M. So that's to say phi is surjective. So we have a bijective R module homomorphism, in other words, an R module isomorphism. So phi is an R module isomorphism. And well, in particular, phi was an arbitrary non-zero element. We're saying that it's isomorphism, and in particular that it has a that there's some phi prime that we could compose it with, namely its inverse. That's also an R module homomorphism, and that will give us the identity map, which is the one element of this endomorphism ring. So, in particular, every non-zero element of E is invertible. And thus, T is or so when I by D I mean the endomorphism ring of M, and thus endomorphism ring M is a division.